got that 2019 turbo. All tore down. Well, trying to. He wants to put snorkeling on it. Ready to go deep?
I guess.
What's that, OMC?
Yeah, man, OMC kit. $85.
What kind of elbow is that?
Thomas Sanders.
Thomas Sanders.
And then
A whole high-rise warrior kit.
you got that one now. What I'm doing here don't come with kits. We're kind of making one, kind of piecing two kits together because what comes in that box ain't gonna seal you up good.
So how hard was it to take all this off?
And it took me about 2 hours to take this damn thing off.
Alright, so a little update is we got the belt box, inner belt box back on. How fun was that?
It was a pain in the ass. It took us about 45 minutes to an hour to get these four bolts in. Well, mainly just these bottom two.
Literally coming out all the way to hold your motor and transmission together. Had to line it all back up, but as of right now, it's back on there. Now we just got to tighten it back up and throw the clutches back on, right?
Yep. Well, we're back again. We had to take this all off. We got a video before this was put on?
Yes.
Okay, well, we put it on again, and it was messed up because we just rammed it back together with impact. Apparently, you got to torque these transmission bolts back down the right way, or else this secondary will just keep on spinning. And big old scratch there, thanks to Zach. There's a bolt right here that well, there's one here, and then one right back here, one here, and then one right back in there. And then there's three over here behind the primary. These three got to go torqued down first to 37 foot-pounds. And then you'll tighten this one and the other big one out that goes through the transmission. You tighten them to 50. And then you got the top two, you put them in and tighten them to 37. And this one is 70, secondary bolt 70 and 986.
So now we have to plumb the big belt exhaust the correct way, and then we got to seal up the belt box back up, and then we're snorkeled, aren't we?
Pretty much. We got a whole box of stuff over here we're not going to use.
First sale by owner.
So this skinny one, I'm going to guess is the belt box gasket because the other one is very skinny. So I can only imagine that that's the right one. But some grease, don't get it in your belt cover. Run it through your hands, get it all over this gasket. Alright, so you pretty much just want to run some grease on this seal like this right here. Put some gloves on so you don't get grease everywhere. And a shiny side out, I'm pretty sure. Just gonna start it on one side and walk your way around. You don't want to you just want to run your finger over it, just like that right there. You don't want to mash it down in there really, really hard. Because you don't force it all the way down in there, you just rub it just like that right there. Got my trusty helper over there holding the other part of the gasket until it gets in the groove. Just like that. Make sure it's not twisted, which I think ours is. Right there it's twisted a little bit, so go around it. Make sure it's all smooth. Right here it's a little lumped up, so we'll go around it. And then I'm gonna get some more grease. We'll put a little more grease on my fingers, so I'm just gonna go around it one more time. I'm gonna put it back on there. Alright, this is the belt exhaust piece that comes out of the Thomas Sanders 90 or whatever's on the belt exhaust. This is a half coupler, 2-inch into a 2-inch 45, another 2-inch 45. I'm pretty sure 2 straight couplers or 2 couplers, and yep. Then hole right here, and you'll stick that in there, tighten that up, it'll straighten up a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna go over a few things that you need to know. A couple of little things about the snorkeling on these RZR turbos, and the locations of some stuff like the vent lines and the vent lines and what you need to run, grease, stuff like that. All right, so as you can see, we got me and Zach finally got ours done. Well, the one on mine, his is coming up next. I don't know if he's gonna do the full risers or not. I think he wants to do the high lifter stuff. But it's all together, and everything's greased. I pretty much greased every plug on this thing. The most important ones are the gas. There's a plug down there on the gas pedal. You need to grease that one. Grease your spark plugs. I greased all the plugs on the back of the engine, or on top of the engine, and the front diff plug, stuff like that. The vent lines that you need to run are, this is for the transmission right here. It'll be tucked up right here. You have to run that one. You just get a little barb. I got a 1/4-inch barb. Yeah, plugged it in and put the new vent line in, ran it up. The other one is gonna be up here, I think. There's one for your transmission, and your fuel tank is like somewhere over here. Like this is your fuel tank maybe. It was tucked back up in there. You'll have to run this line right here that comes off of this wastegate stuff off for your turbo. You have to run that up so that way it keeps mud out of it. Your vent line for your front diff. Let's see if you can see it. It was factory right up in here. Light's a little low, but so you can see the little white clip right there that it was from the factory. And I just pulled it up, spooled it up, put it up behind my cluster up there. It's spooled up, zip tied up all nice, and trying to make sure. I think that's about it on the vent lines and stuff. Just mainly make sure you run that vent line for the boost signal. Run it up so that way you don't get any trash in there. Grease your gas tank plug with some dielectric grease or something that's conductive and keeps water out. O2 sensors. You want to make sure to grease your O2 sensor plugs, because if you don't do that, they give a lot of issues from what I've heard. The 2 ECM plugs, you want to grease them behind the seat. You want to grease the fuses and the relays that are up in there under your dash. You want to grease all that. And I think that's pretty much it. At least that's all I know of. There may be a couple other things. And yeah.